Hi, I'm Brian Shillibere from This Week in FM, and I'm with Arthur Beattie from Carbon 2018. And we're going to be asking Arthur some of his views on the marketplace as it stands at the moment. Now, Arthur, what do you think are the biggest energy challenges facing businesses at this moment in time?
I think energy prices continue to rise. Historically, we've all been focused on the market as it is. What we've seen more recently is a massive increase in non-commodity costs, which has made it very difficult to influence because it means the market price only makes up about 35% of your fully delivered price. So realistically, the only way you can actually save money in the market is to reduce what you're using. On top of that, energy management within business becomes very hard because over the last decade we've been focused on getting as much data into businesses as we can, and there is no one with the capability of transforming that data into information to actually take action on what's being learned. So that becomes very difficult. On top of that, you've got legislation that's coming out which is forcing companies to become more energy efficient without maybe the knowledge in the background to be able to do that.
So Arthur, what do you see as Carbon 2018's role?
So we provide services at every stage of the building life cycle, from getting involved with the design stage, advising on the implementation of renewable technologies, all the way through that process of developing a building to a point where practical completion is ready to happen, certifying the meters, commissioning the plant, providing the developer with an insurance policy against things going wrong by certifying the plant that's been installed, and then also supporting the new owner of the building with a handover documentation that has credibility.
That's for new build. What about for existing buildings? What do you do there?
So existing buildings, we provide a range of services that support reduction of cost, the reduction of energy. We focus on energy management specifically. We look at the development of asset technology, look at plant evolution, actually designing buildings that exist to become more suitable for the behaviour of the building as it is, as opposed to just relying on the original spec of a building, which is often the case. We evolve that plant into something that's more suitable. Then we look at legislative compliance, and we look at building systems into what we're doing so we can better report to the stakeholders of the building and share knowledge.
What else do Carbon 2018 do?
Well, we're very people orientated, so we're looking at ways we can educate the sectors we affect. We have CPD courses that we run over breakfast. A bacon sandwich and a bit of knowledge goes a long way. We also have what's called the Energy Legislation Forum. Gives our clients an opportunity to turn up and discuss relevant legislative compliance issues, current and forthcoming, and start to potentially influence the government through consultations on how that might impact their businesses and the future of the market. So we're constantly challenging the markets, challenging clients, challenging suppliers. We've also got a scheme in place to try and build the energy managers of the future. So we're talking to schools, we're talking to colleges, we're talking to universities about developing careers in energy management, because we believe that people, when you invest in people, you get the benefit in the long run.
There's some other big things on the horizon, not least of which is Brexit. What do you think the impact is going to be on UK businesses?
Well, I think what the referendum brought about was a great deal of uncertainty. It's reflected in pretty much all of the feedback I've received from the property sector, from the industry. I hear some terrifying sound bites that, well, we won't do this and we won't do that because under Brexit it will no longer apply. Look, the legislation that is currently in place and is coming into force is UK based, it's in UK law. So things like minimum energy efficiency standards are not going to disappear. If we do leave the EU, they will be in force in UK law going forward. And it's worth bearing that in mind, because a lot of people who are taking a back seat on these things will find themselves in sticky water if they haven't taken the right steps to protect their investment, to protect their assets going forward. So the COP21 Paris Agreement binds us legally to certain targets, and that's not going to change.
Yeah, okay. So we've seen some volatility in the financial markets. What do you think fluctuations in the pound will do in the energy markets?
I think fluctuations in currencies do have an impact because they affect energy markets. But as I go back to, energy markets make up 35-40% of your fully delivered price. So you can sweat that, or you can start to actually reduce the energy you're using in order to properly impact your bottom line.
Arthur Beattie from Carbon 2018. Thank you.
Thank you very much.